Welcome to this explainer. Did you know that in Georgia, letting your notary commission lapse by even a single day means you completely lose your renewal privileges? That's right, you have to start over entirely from scratch. There is zero grace period. If you miss your deadline, you're legally barred from performing any notarial acts, and you've got to go through the entire rigorous process of applying as a brand new notary, which includes the huge hassle of finding new character endorsers. So whether you're a complete beginner wanting to look ahead or a seasoned notary trying to maintain the public trust and keep your legal continuity unbroken, this explainer is going to guide you through the whole process step by step.
But before you even touch a single piece of paperwork, we really need to talk about the sweeping new legal mandates from House Bill 1292. These take effect on January 1, 2025, and they completely change how you renew and operate as a notary in Georgia. It's not just a simple fee payment anymore. The state has introduced some really strict new requirements that you absolutely must understand to protect yourself and the public. So ask yourself right now, are you really ready for these changes?
To make this as easy as possible, we have taken this complex bureaucratic maze and organized it into 6 simple steps. 1. The 2025 notary changes. 2. Eligibility and documents. 3. Mandatory training. 4. The step-by-step application. 5. Timelines and fees. And 6. Resources and best practices.
Let's dive right into Section 1, the 2025 notary changes, and exactly how you'll need to navigate House Bill 1292.
This completely illustrates the shift. The old days are officially gone. Education used to be optional, not anymore. Now it's mandatory training for everybody. The rules around checking IDs used to be pretty vague, sometimes relying on just personal knowledge, but that's been replaced by a strict requirement for government-issued photo IDs. And most importantly, we are moving from general journaling suggestions to strict legally mandated journaling for a very specific group of people called self-filers.
So what exactly is a self-filer? Let's use a real-life scenario to make this concrete. Imagine a citizen walks in off the street trying to record a property deed or a mortgage lien, and they don't have a lawyer representing them. That person is a self-filer. Under the new 2025 laws, if you notarize that real estate document for them, you are now legally required to maintain a highly detailed, secure written or electronic journal of that specific transaction. You've got to get their name, their address, their ID details, and capture their physical signature right there in your journal.
But here's the catch. If you're notarizing real estate documents for the specific professionals you see listed here, like a licensed Georgia attorney closing a house, a title insurance agent, or a rep from a federally insured bank, that new strict journaling requirement doesn't legally apply. They are totally exempt from the self-filer classification. It's a huge distinction that's going to dictate exactly how you manage your day-to-day records.
Okay, let's move to Section 2, Eligibility and Documents, which covers exactly what you need to have in hand before you apply. First off, you've got to meet a few core criteria. You have to be at least 18, a U.S. citizen or legal resident, fluent in reading and writing English, and have a working phone number. Most importantly, you have to apply in the specific Georgia county where you actually live. Now, there is one cool exception to this. If you're a resident of a bordering state like Florida, Alabama, Tennessee, or South Carolina, but you regularly work or own a business in Georgia, you can apply in the Georgia county where you're employed.
Next, let's gather your documents. You'll need your government-issued photo ID and proof of your county residency. Usually, a valid Georgia driver's license knocks both of those out at once. You'll also need your application and your brand new training certificate, which we're going to talk about in just a second. But please pay close attention to this background check requirement. Local rules vary wildly across Georgia's 159 counties. For example, counties like Cobb and Rockdale specifically require you to bring a certified criminal background check from local law enforcement that is less than 30 days old. So always check your specific county clerk's website before leaving your house.
Moving right along to Section 3, Mandatory Training Requirements and the GSCCA eLearn platform.
Now, this is a massive update. The state is universally enforcing continuing education. Starting January 1, 2025, you absolutely cannot skip this step. Whether you have been a notary for 20 years or 20 minutes, you must take the online educational course provided by the Georgia Superior Court Clerks Cooperative Authority. The best part, the course itself is totally free. Though keep in mind, some counties might charge a tiny $2 fee if an exam is administered. You just take the course and print your certificate of completion to bring with your application.
But the most crucial thing to remember here is the number 30.
This training must be completed no earlier than 30 days prior to your specific renewal appointment. If you try to be super proactive, take the course 2 months before your commission expires, and bring that certificate, it's going to get rejected. The certificate is only valid for 30 days from the date of completion. Timing is absolutely everything here.
We've officially reached the most important part of our guided journey, Section 4, the step-by-step application process, your roadmap to renewal. Just follow this exact flow and you'll be golden. Step 1, take your online training and print the certificate. Step 2, go to the GSCCA website, select your county, fill out your renewal application online, and then print it. Step 3, physically take that printed application, your ID, and your training certificate down to your county's clerk of Superior Court. And finally, Step 4, take your official oath of office in person. Now, quick caveat here. A few specific counties, like Fulton and DeKalb, do allow mail-in renewals for existing notaries, but the vast majority of Georgia counties require you to walk through their doors and raise your right hand.
Once you're sworn in, you really need to check your tools. A super common pitfall is forgetting to update your stamp. You can reuse your existing metal embosser or rubber ink stamp, but only if your legal name and your county haven't changed. However, if your stamp happens to include your commission expiration date, you absolutely must ensure your seal is updated to reflect your brand new 4-year term expiration date before you notarize a single piece of paper.
Let's move over to Section 5, Timelines and Fees, so we can break down the processing timelines and exactly what this whole thing is going to cost you.
This visually reinforces that harsh reality we talked about right at the beginning. Your renewal window opens exactly 30 days before your commission expires. Your expiration date is the absolute last day you can renew. There is a 0-day grace period. If you wait until the morning after your expiration date, you're not renewing anymore. You're starting completely over. You're going to have to find 2 unrelated character witnesses in your county just to sign your paperwork, which is a huge hassle you can totally avoid just by being a little early. Let's talk money. The statewide fee generally ranges from $40 to $55, which you pay directly to the Clerk of Superior Court. Just keep in mind, if you happen to live in a county that allows mail-in renewals, like Fulton County, taking advantage of that convenience might cost a little extra, up to $60. And always verify the accepted payment methods with your local clerk before you go. Some take credit cards, sure, but others might strictly require cash or a money order.
Finally, let's look at Section 6, Resources and Best Practices, to keep you completely out of trouble over the next 4 years.
Consider this your golden rule moving forward. Even though the 2025 law only strictly requires you to keep a journal for those self-filers doing real estate paperwork, utilizing a bound journal for every single transaction you perform is the ultimate best practice. Think about it. If you're ever called into court to verify a signature you witnessed 3 years ago, that journal is your absolute best defense. It protects you, it protects your employer, and it protects the public.
To make sure your application is processed quickly and without any frustrating delays, avoid these super common mistakes. Do not apply in the county where you work unless you're an out-of-state resident. It has to be your county of residence. Never use a P.O. box for your physical address on the application because they will reject it. Always sign your application in ink exactly as your name appears on your commission. And as we've stressed, whatever you do, don't miss that 30-day training window.
Before we wrap things up today, I do want to provide a quick disclaimer. Bureaucracy and county regulations are constantly evolving. While we've provided a highly detailed roadmap based on the new 2025 laws, you should always consult official state resources, the GSCCA website, or legal counsel for the most up-to-date local county rules, especially when it comes to things like background checks and accepted payment methods.
I'll leave you with this final provocative thought. Go grab your notary stamp today, right now. Take a look at it, find that expiration date, calculate exactly when your 30-day window opens, and ask yourself if you are truly prepared for the 2025 changes. Do not let your commission lapse. Get your training done, get your paperwork organized, and renew with absolute confidence. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and happy notarizing.